Soundstripe.
Hello, race fans. Welcome to the Hammerdown Time podcast. You can find us on Facebook at the Hammerdown Time podcast and Instagram at the Hammerdown Time. Check that. Instagram at Hammerdown Time pod. Catch us on YouTube, and Rumble is where you can watch everything we post. It is Hammerdown Time. Some big racing going on over the Memorial Day weekend. Of course, we always remember the fallen and those who have given their lives for this country. God bless our troops. And now I am officially starting the petition to see Kyle Larson try the double once again. That was not great. Couple more notes on the Memorial Special with the ASCS Frontier Region at Electric City Speedway. Of course, Friday night we saw Garen Linder put the Nubby Peterson 23N back in victory lane at Electric City Speedway. That was the first win for Garen Linder since 2021 with the ASCS Frontier Region, so good on him. We'll move to Saturday night. Kelly Miller rebounds from a DNF on Friday night where he was credited with a 14th place finish for the win. He passed Corey Wormling coming to the white flag. Wormling had led 23 and 3/4 of a lap, and Kelly Miller was able to sneak by him coming off of turn number 4 to the white flag, and then really put a lot of distance between himself and Corey Wormling coming around to the checkered flag. It was the 17th career ASCS Frontier Region triumph for Kelly Miller, putting him in a 3-way tie with Logan Forler and Joe Raymaker for the most of all time with this series. And based on what we've seen that start this year, Kelly Miller could be in sole possession of the winningest and hold the title of the winningest driver in ASCS Frontier Region history very soon, as when that 2 junior has been rolling, they've been winning this season. Trevor Kirkland has 3 straight third-place finishes with the Frontier Region to start off the 2000. Other than the night 1 in Billings, they've been on the bottom step of the podium all 3 nights since then. And Corey Wormling, hats off to this young man, 4 straight top 10s to open this season. And if we go back and combine how many top 10s he has in a row in 2024 to 2025, we have 12 straight since the season opener with the Frontier Region in 2024. So Corey Wormling really putting on a clinic in terms of top 10s. Top 10 consistency with the Frontier Region. Special shout out here to Cruz Riggin. Cruz Riggin has yet to turn in a DNF in his rookie season in a 360 sprint car. Looking at the points for the Frontier Region, Kelly Miller leads it. Corey Wormling is 31 points off of the leader. Garen Linder sits in 3rd, Trevor Kirkland in 4th, and Joe Perry, who has 2 Rod End Supply Hard Charger awards to open the season, rounds out the top 5. Hopefully a little bit more luck goes Joe Perry's way earlier on in the night, so maybe they can get up in the mix in the feature and get to racing with the likes of Kelly Miller and Corey Wormling and Garen Linder up front in the feature. But really, somebody's going to have to come and take this from Kelly Miller in the 2025 season with the ASCS Frontier Region. He has been lights out, and that thing has been on kill. Up next for the ASCS Frontier Region, the $2,000 to win 406 Electric Night at the Gallatin Speedway on June 6th, and Electric City Speedway on June 7th. So not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend. Cover the high limit weekend at Port Royal, the Wykert Memorial. Had a Friday night rainout, and then we go to Saturday night after the Friday night rainout. Boy, Danny Dietrich, that Wykert throwback, they always do. It's always top notch, and it looked really good. Brent Marks dominates the preliminary night of the Wykert Memorial over a 28-car field. That's right, 28 cars started the feature on Saturday night at Port Royal. Lance Deweese and Ryan Smith completed the Pennsylvania podium sweep. Championship points leader Brad Sweet finished on the lead lap, but finished 19th in the feature. They've been really inconsistent over his reign of dominance over the past few years in sprint car racing. Pennsylvania has been a struggle for the Casey Kane Racing number 49 at times, of course. They've had success, but Brad Sweet, it's been inconsistent at best. It all led up to Sunday night, 40 laps, $100,000 to win, and a super awesome trophy for the Bob Weichert Memorial. The biggest payout in Pennsylvania sprint car racing history. And if you think about the illustrious history of Pennsylvania sprint car racing, that's mind-boggling to me. 30 cars started this feature on Sunday night, and Aaron Reitzel really ran away from Anthony Macri late to win the Weichert. Macri was able to lock down second. Lance Deweese was third. Brad Sweet recovered from the Saturday night run for a fourth, and David Gravel. The Outlaws were in Attica on Saturday night, and so World of Outlaws points leader David Gravel decided to go up and try and grab a quick 100K payday, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him, but he was able to come home with a fifth. So we saw the High Limit points leader and the World of Outlaws points leader finishing right next to each other in Pennsylvania. So lots of irony there, if you will, if irony is the right word there. We'll go with irony being the right word there. Sweet leads the points by 32 markers over Tyler Courtney. Then it's Brent Marks, Rico Abreu, and Aaron Reitzel finishing out the top 5. High Limit will be at Lawrenceburg and Butler Speedway on Friday and Saturday night this week. Out on the West Coast in California on May 30th and 31st, the first running of the Davey Thomas Memorial with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour on Friday night. $4,000 to win, $600 to start. How about this? $1,500, well, $1,550 going to the hard charger. So lots of incentive to move up. I mean, usually you'd be lucky to get like $500 to the hard charger, and that's on the high end of hard charger awards. So $1,500 is a lot, especially for a local purse, a 360 local purse nonetheless. Sprint Car Challenge Tour in 2025, give you a quick rundown there. We've had 3 winners and 3 races to start the season. The winningest driver in series history, Shane Golobic, won the thrill on the hill at Placerville to start the season. Dominic Scelzi scored the win at the Clash at the High Banks at Merced Speedway. Justin Sanders won the Mel and Marlon Hall Memorial at Marysville Raceway Park. Always a ton of parity in this series of the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. It's always a fun one to watch, especially when you get the kind of, maybe not one-off guys, but the guys who are, just kind of coming into their own as sprint car drivers, and when they start to see success in this Sprint Car Challenge Tour is usually when you start to see their careers kind of start to take off. Justin Sanders comes in with a 10-point lead over Chance Grasty, Max Mitry, Colby Copeland, and Austin Wood, as that is the top 5 for the Sprint Car Challenge Tour coming into Friday night at Placerville Speedway, all leading up to the Northern Auto Racing Club bringing the Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial, the 34th edition of the Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial, to the Placerville Speedway for the 5th year in a row. So since 2021. So I guess, no, there have been 4. So this is the 5th year that it has been at Placerville. Justin Sanders comes into, a track that he is extremely good at as the defending winner. Only 5 repeat winners of this race, including Jonathan Allard, who has 5 Dave Bradway Jr. Memorials. Brent Kading has 4, Rico Abreu has 3, and Tim Kading and Randy Tyner both have 2. Tim Kading, Dominic Scelzi, and Colby Copeland are the only active drivers with wins at this race who will be competing this weekend. Points leader DJ Neto comes in riding a string of 6 straight top 10s, including 2 wins to start the NARC points season, and a track that, maybe he could get a victory this weekend. They've had that car on kill thus far. Obviously, like we just mentioned, he hasn't been out of the top 10 yet, so DJ could certainly flex his muscles and really assert himself, especially with how strong the NorCal posse is up at Placerville Speedway. So definitely looking forward to that. DJ Neto comes into Saturday night with a 9-point lead over Shane Golobic into Placerville Speedway. Tim Kading is 22 points off of the lead, and then Tyler Thompson and Sean Becker rounding out the top 5 with the NARC sprint cars right now. I love looking at the little stats that NARC has on their website. You see the Williams roofing most cars passed. I love looking at how many guys really getting their elbows up, especially with NARC. Tim Kading has passed 32 cars thus far. Only 6 races in, and Tim Kading's already passed 32 cars. TK Express has his elbows up. Tanner Holmes has passed 24, and Dominic Scelzi has passed 20. So a lot of dudes getting their elbows up. It's fun to watch. Love keep track of the NARC sprint cars, and we will be watching that and everything else this weekend. We'll be back next week to break it all down. I'm Kelby Cross. We'll see you at the races. Hammer down.
Sounds good.